Humankind was built on beer, austere, from the world's first right into its first laws, adult and ritual, social, religious, and political civilization is soaked in beer, austere. I need another beer. So when the devil says to you, do you not drink? I think I answer him, I will drink and right freely. And just because you tell me not to, about to, one must always do what Satan forbids. Rapping a bit. The mouth of a perfectly happy man is filled with beer, austere, a beer. He was a wise man who invented beer, austere, a beer. Fermentation may have been a greater discovery than fire, a wire by perfect desire. Many battles have been fought and won by soldiers nourished on beer, austere, a fear. He who drinks beer sleeps well, a dwell, a spell. He who sleeps well cannot sin. Ring a ring, ding a ding ding. He who does not sing goes to heaven. Amen. Rapping never ending. That this is grain, which any fool can eat, a tweet, but for which the Lord has intended a more divine form of consumption. Rapping never ending. Let us give praise to our Maker and glory to His bounty by learning about beer. A deer, oh, a deer, a female deer, oh, I need another beer. Thirstily, he set it to his lips, ring demon of them, and its cool refreshment began to soothe his throat. Whoa, there I go. He thanked heaven for never ending rapping in a world of much evil Knievel. There was still so good a faint as ale. Spit rapper, oh bale. There is nothing which has yet been contrived by man, by which so much happiness is produced as by a good tavern or inn. Spin ring ding ding ding. We cannot now take time, a rhyme for third research and consideration, equation, our virtues of victuals being much spent, especially on beer, rapping as fear at the deer. There's that spit and rapping again. There's that spit and I said, I'm going to drink another beer. Spending all of these years, I'm saying cheers, drinking all of these beers. Blessed is the mother who gives birth to a brewer, never ender, a spitter, a rapper. A fine beer may be judged with only one sip, but it's better to be thoroughly sure. I'm going to be sure. Drinking another beer. The mouth of a perfectly happy man is filled with beer. Can't you see him smiling from ear to ear? Wine is but single broth. Ale is meat. Drinking cloth. Never ending. Drink another beer. Spending all these years drinking all these beers. I say cheers. Do not cease to drink a beer, to eat, to intoxicate thyself. Put rapping infinite rhymes on the shelf, to make love a turtle dove, and to celebrate the good days. Ancient Egyptian credo spin rap a bluba. He was a wise man who invented beer, a deer, a female deer, beer, a high and mighty liquor, rapper, a never ender, a spitter, a rapper, a pitter, a patter. Give me a woman who loves beer, and I will conquer the world as it spins and it twirls and it swirls. Many battles have been fought and won by soldiers nourished on beer. Span a deer. Beer is proof that God loves us and wants us to be happy. Monopoly, philopathy. I am a firm believer in the people. Purple, Snapple. If given the truth, they can be dependent upon. Rap marathon to meet any national crisis. Rhyming hiatus. The great point is to bring them the real facts and beer. A deer. Most people hate the taste of beer to begin with. It is, however, a prejudice. Spitting, rapping, beer, if drunk in moderation, softens to temper. Never end a rapper. Cheers to spirits and promotes health. Then never ending beer wealth. I've only been in love with a beer bottle and a mirror. Spit infinite beer into. I'm spending all these years drinking all these beers. I say cheers. You can't be a real country unless you have a beer, a steer, and an airline. Spitting a rhyme. It helps if you have some kind of football team, or some nuclear weapons. But at the very least, you need a beer, a deer. Beauty is in the eye of the beer holder, spitting beholder, a rapper, never ender. In a study scientists report a drinking beer, a beer can be good for the liver, a rapper. I'm sorry, did I say scientists? I meant Irish people. Purple, a snapple, a jizzle, a dazzle, a fizzle, a shizzle, my nizzle. 24 hours a day, 24 beers in a case. Coincidence, rapping infinites. A man who lies about beer makes enemies, rapping monopoly, sloppity. Without question, the greatest invention in the history of mankind is beer. A deer, Oh, I grant you that wheel of steel has also a fine intention, but the wheel does not go nearly as well as with beer. I spent all these years drinking all these beers. I say cheers. For a quart of ale is a meal for a king. Never and a ring ring ding ding ding. Beer's intellectual. What a shame. So many idiots drink it, spit it, rap it. Never ended. I'm spending all of these years drinking all of these beers. I say cheers. I'm falling on the floor. Move over. I'm an infinite rapper. I fell on the floor. Move over. Had a few too many beers. I fell on the floor. Move over. I drank all of these earthquakes. Now I fell on my face and the earth begins to shake. That's why they call it an earthquake. You fall on your face and the earth shakes. Awake and bake. There is no such thing as a bad beer. A deer. It's that some taste better than others. Never ender a spitter, a rapper. Not all chemicals are bad. Without chemicals such as hydrogen and oxygen, for example, a razzle-dazzle, there will be no way to make water, a vital ingredient in beer. Spitting a fear, a deer, a deer. Beer makes you feel the way you ought to feel about beer. A deer, an infinite steer, a beer. Prohibition makes you want to cry into your beer and denies you the beer to cry into. A buddha. They who drink beer will think beer. A deer, a weir. Beer may not solve your problems, but neither will water or milk. Spitting a silk with the bill. Milk is for babies. When you grow up, you have to drink beer. Never ending a steer, a beer, a deer. Alright, brain. I don't like you and you don't like me. So blah 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 blah. Infinite T. So let's just do this and I'll get back to killing you with beer. Spitting infinite dope, a deer. Alcohol, the cause and solution to all of life's problems. Spitting my national rhythm anthem. I figured out an alternative to giving up my beer, spitting out fear. Basically, we become family of traveling acrobats and spitting raps. Now, son, you don't want to drink a beer? That's for daddies and kids with fake IDs. Never ending rhyme monopoly. Here I am, spitting again. Never ending toucan Sam. I am drinking again. I am. Trust me, you can dance with alcohol. Blah, 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 blah. Reasonable drinking. Now that's an oxymoron. Spitting and rapping. If life gives you lemons, add vodka. Infinite plata. 24 hours in a day, 24 beers in a case. Coincidence? Right? Infinites. I follow my heart and it led me to alcohol. Blah blah blah. Gargle, 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 gargle. Swallowing, swallowing, swallowing. Swig and I swish. A man's true character comes out when he's drunk. Pum 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 pum. Step aside, coffee. This is a job for alcohol. Blah 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 blah. Drunkenness is nothing but voluntary madness and infinite paralysis. Not to get technical, but according to chemistry, alcohol is a solution. Infinite introduction. I've never been drunk, but often I've been overserved. A burr, a dirt, a gurk, a burr, never end a fur. Always buy a bigger bottle than you think you'll need. Of Steve, better to be safe than sober. Never end a razzler or dazzler. People are not addicted to alcohol or drugs or thugs. They are addicted to escaping reality. Never end a monopoly. Drink because you are happy, but never because you are miserable. Rapping a fizzle blah, a shizzle my nizzle. Alcohol does not make you fat. A rat tap to tap makes you lean against tables, chairs, walls, floors, and ugly people. Purple snapple, a razzle dazzle. The problem with some people is that when they are drunk, they're sober. Rapper, I'm falling on my face, move over. Blah, 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 blah. Always do sober what you said you do when you are drunk. Funk, who's got the funk? Gotta get that drunk. That will teach you to keep your mouth shut. Blah, 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 blah. Everybody's got to believe in something. I believe in another beer. I don't want to be sober. I gotta drink infinite beer. Alcohol may be man's worst enemy, but the Bible says, love your enemy. Rapping, monopoly, sloppity. First you take a drink pink, and then drink takes a drink. Then that drink takes you. Spend 2 cans Scooby-Doo. In wine there is wisdom, in beer there is freedom, in water there is bacteria, never end in Banaria. Either give me more wine or leave me alone. Whoa, never end in spitting notes into my phone. Spitter a pattern, nothing lasts forever, so live it up, drink it down, laugh off. I fart and cough, never stop telling you off. I cook with wine, sometimes I even add it to food. Food of a doo-doo-da. Here's to alcohol, the rose-colored glasses of life, never end in rhymes. I drink wine because my doctor said I shouldn't keep things bottled up. Rub-a-dub-dub-a-dub-up. Men are like wine. Some turn to vinegar, infinite wrapper, but the best improve with age. Never end in spitting rage to the page. Freestyle rage to the page. I drink alcohol to drown my problems. Unfortunately, my problems are damn good swimmers. Never end a rapper. A bottle of wine contains more philosophy than all the books in the world. As it spins and it whirls and it twirls. This is one of the disadvantages of wine, a fine, a dine. It makes a man mistake words for thought. Our age is just a number. It's totally irrelevant unless, of course, you happen to be a bottle of wine. It only gets better with time. Writer's block is a fancy term made up by whiners, rappers, so they can have an excuse to drink alcohol. Blah, 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 blah. I spit, blah, blah, blah. I told my wife that a husband is like a fine wine, never ending, gets better with time. He gets better with age. The next day, she looked at me in the cellar, a rapper, a funny, you're a fart smeller. Oh, I mean, smart feller. Blah, 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 blah. If I ever go missing rapping, I want my picture on a wine bottle instead of a milk carton. This way, my friends will know I'm missing. Never stop spitting, I'm rapping. Infinite 10. But problem with drinking and driving is that trees defend themselves very well. There's some spitting raps and an infinite alcohol spell. Blah, 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 blah. War and drink are but two things. Man is never too poor to buy. Blah, blah, blah. Infinite rhymes. Drink today and drown all sorrow. You shall perhaps not do tomorrow. Borrow a harrow. Whiskey is by far the most popular of all remedies that won't cure a cold. Whoa, there I go. Blah, blah, blah. Infinite. Let the story be told. I have taken more out of alcohol than alcohol has taken out of me. Monopoly, sloppity, a spit up. Drinking after work is fine, a wine, a dime. But if you really want to enjoy working, then drink before work. Of course, spit a bubble. I only take a drinker on 2 occasions, when I'm thirsty and when I'm not. Take your top, Always do sober what you said you do drunk. We gotta get drunk, gotta have that drunk. They will teach another man being reasonable must get drunk. The best of life is but intoxication. Never stop infinite equation. I spent a lot of money on my money on my booze, birds, and fast cars. The rest are just squandered and a rapper. An intelligent man is sometimes forced to be drunk to spend time with his fools. Then never ending a cool. I started thinking about the dangers of drinking on New Year's Eve, but 'tis of thee. After that, I decided to stop thinking. Never end, I keep rapping. The idea that man doesn't smoke, doesn't drink, doesn't do drugs, doesn't swear, I don't care, doesn't get angry, doesn't exist. Spent a tisk. A man is a fool is he drinks before he reaches the age of 50, a difty, and a fool if he does it afterwards. Spent a whoop-a-bur. I went on a diet, stopped smoking, dope, cut off the drinking, and heavy eating, and in 14 days I lost 2 weeks, spent infinity. It takes only one drink to get me drunk. Papa, I gotta get drunk, gotta have that funk. I gotta get drunk, gotta have that funk. The trouble is I can't remember if it's the 13th or the 14th, rapping infinity. He was a wise man who invented beer. Dear, don't cry over spilled milk. It should have been beer. Let's have a beer together. You can open it and I will drink it. Spit and I think it. Spit it. A beer doesn't have many vitamins, vitamin. That's why you need to drink lots of it. Spit never ending. The home is where the wine is. A drunk man never tells a lie. I swear to drunk. I'm not God. Spent There's I'm spitting a blah. Here I am spitting again. I am spending all of these years. I say cheers, drinking all of these beers, never ending. A beer and each in the hand is worth 2 on the floor. A beer in the hand is worth 2 on the floor. When life gives you lemons, crack open a cold one instead. I don't always drink beer, but when I do, I prefer it to be in a hilarious fashion. Never stop rapping. Beer is proof that God loves us and wants us to be happy. Beer may not solve all your problems, but it's definitely worth a shot. I like my beer like I like my humor, light, refreshed, and full of laughter. Never ending a spitter, a batter. Some people say laughter is the best medicine, but I say a cold beer with friends. Never ending again. Why did the beer go to the gym? To get a 6-pack, of course. A horse, a dorse, beer, and laughter. I'm the perfect recipe for a good time. Never ending rhymes. A good sense of humor is like a cold beer on a hot day. Makes everything better. Never ender, spitter, a rapper. I have a drinking problem, blah blah blah, and that rhythm and anthem. I can't stop laughing when I'm drinking beer, a tear, a blah blah. When life gives you hops, make beer, a steer, a dope, a deer, and then laugh your socks off, a cop, blah blah blah. If you can't laugh at yourself, crack open another beer and try again. Rap up, ring, ring, ding, ding, ding. Beer, because sometimes one great punchline is all you need. Rather than that infinite tea indeed. Why did the beer cross the road? To get to the party on the other side. Never stop spitting infinite rhymes. A good beer and a good laugh. The ultimate stress reliever. I'm a never ender, a spitter, a rapper. Laughter is the best medicine, but beer is a close second. Never ender, a spitter, a spatter. A good beer can turn any bad day into a funny story. Behold my glory. Why did the beer feel left out? Because everyone else was having a barrel of laughs. Never stop spitting them raps. Blah 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 blah. Never stop spitting. I gotta get drunk. Gotta have that funk. I gotta get drunk, gotta have that funk, spitting up, blah 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 blah, never end up, blah blah blah. A haiku for today. All I want to do is to drink a beer or two and pat all the dogs, blah 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 blah. All I want is to travel and drink craft beer, never end and spit a bit, blah blah. Sometimes I work out, sometimes I drink beer, sometimes I do both. Whoa, there I go, blah blah. I'm hungover today, away goes today, wake up again and say I'm not drinking ever again because I'm hungover again, but then later on that night I start drinking again, wham bam thank you man, blah 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 blah. Screw your zodiac sign. The real question is what kind of beer do you drink, what do you think, blah 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 blah. Spit never end, a rapper, a spitter. Saturdays are for the beer, spit rapper, a beer. I'm giving up drinking beer for a month, sorry, bad punctuation, I'm giving up drinking a beer for a minute, spit it a second, there end up blah blah blah. Text one, spit there end. Beer is my love language. Spitting obituary, a spit a query, a fee, blah blah. Did you know 14 muscles are activated when opening the beer? Fitness is my passion. I'll keep opening beers and keep on rapping, never ending. Should I work out or drink? I asked my dog if I should. I asked my dog as I pour myself a beer, because without beer, things do not seem to go as well. Spitting rapid underneath the infinite alcohol spell. If you think you can win over me with craft beer and nachos, you're right. Never end and rhyme. Ways to my heart. Buy me beer, pour me beer, take me out for beers. A beer, a fear, a deer, about spitting never ending a weird. Crush the workout, drink the beer, cut the toxic people out of your life, repeat, never endingly, spit to deep, crush spit never endingly, not to toot my own horn, but I'm like really good at drinking beer, never ending, don't you fear, I am here, spit never ending, up never ending, a leer, a gear, a spit, I'm a weird, a beer, about, beer is the best damn drink in the world, as it spins and it swirls and it twirls, beer, spit never ending, I work until beer o'clock, blah 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 blah. Beer makes you feel the way you ought to feel without beer. Blah, blah, blah. Is beer there freedom, and wine there is health, and water there is bacteria, rap and veneria. Beer is the answer, but I ain't remember the question. Spitting, rapping, never ending, and they're ending a spitting, I hits and I jest. There's up spitting raps in a mess. What must be wrong in my head? Can I stop spitting, I hiss and I jest. They're ending all liberty, how like art to this large bottle of wine there was yesterday from foreign mart, came filled with potent English beer, a touch of steel, and a hand, a gush, a pop that sounded far and near, a wild emotion, liquid rush, and I had drunk that English beer, and what remains, an empty shell, a lifeless form, both sad and queer, a temple where no god doubts dwell, the simple memory of beer, a dope, a deer, most spitting their ender, a deer, filled with mingled cream and amber. I will drain that glass again. Such hilarious vision chamber, never end a rapper through the chamber of my brain, insane quantous thoughts, queerest fiancés come to life and fade away. What care I know how to time advances. I am drinking ale today. Away goes today. A blade blah blah blah. Why is 'tis dancing you would be? There's brisker pipes than poetry, save for that where hop yards met. Or why was Burton built on track? Oh, many of beer of English brews, livelier liquor than the muse, and malt does more than Milton can to justify God's way to man. Ale's the stuff to drink for fellows whom it hurts to think. Look into the pewter pot to see the world as the world is not, then tate or taught, and faith 'tis pleasant till it 'tis past. The mischief is that 'twill not last. Oh, I have been to Ludlow Fair, and left my necktie God knows where, and carried halfway home, or near, pints and quarts of Ludlow beer. Then the world seemed more so not so bad, and I'm myself in a sterling lad. Never stop spitting, ever ending ramps off pop of my head. Never stop spitting again and again. Spitting, I hiss and I jest. Never stop spitting infinite ramps. What must be wrong with my head? Spitting again. Here with my beer I sit with golden moments flit. At last they pass unheeded by, and I fly, being dry. Sit idly sipping here my beer. Oh, finer far than fame or riches are the graceful smoke wreaths of this free cigar. Why should I weep, wail, or sigh? What if luck hath passed me by? What if my hopes are dead, my pleasures fled? Have I not will my fill, or a right good cheer? Cigars and beer, go whining youth, forsooth. Go weep and wail, sigh and grow pale. Weave melancholy rhymes on the old times, whose joys like shadowy ghosts appear. But leave me to my beer. Gold is dross, love is lost, so I gulp my sorrows down, or see them drown in foamy draughts of old nut brown. Then do I wear a crown, never end, and turn that frown upside down. Wow, never end, and pow, 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 popping one in the mouth. I'm gonna keep I say cheers, drinking all of these beers, never ender. I say I've spent all of these years drinking all of these beers. I say cheers, never ending, spitting mentally worn out from a hard day's work, even too lazy to sip of a beer. My third eyes see a nice warm bed to lay on, but many hours ahead. What can't I do? There isn't much about but these restless nights. Have to clear up the wrestle when my blankets and pillows, skies and clouds, bubbles from the third beer. I just want a lift, spit and ramp up a bit. Never ending a bit. Here I am, spitting again, never ending. I said, spitting all night and all day. I'm gonna spend all these years drinking all of these beers. I say cheers, spitting never ender. I say cheers, drinking all of these beers. The 9 of 12 months of spitting never ending, spitting a hop about, spitting never ending. I said, I'm gonna spend all these years drinking beers. I say cheers. Here I am, spitting again. Never stop spitting. I said, never ending again. A count of brewing surf vice or ale was recorded in a mid 13th century collection of poems. Spitting, rapping, never ending. A blah blah. And spitting never ender. A rapper, a pitter, a patter, a spitter, a spatter. Here I am. I'm the infinite rapper. I'm the infinite alcoholic rapper. Here I am, spitting again, never ending. I said, I am butter yellow, white bubble head, scent of golden summer wheat, fatted and on a sweet May rain, and a steely sun of July, ghost of chubby green hops rising up from the glass, tastes bitter and sweet as the last pickup game before college. Never stop rapping, a prowess, never ended about spitting on never margaritas, rum and coke, popping bottles, life's a joke, champagne bubbles up my nose. Well, there I go, feeling numb, down to my toes, down in drinks, 1, 2, 3, 4. Not surprised, I've hit the floor. Fill my glass up one more time. Atop my Corona with a lime, never ending rhymes. Now I'm dancing on the tabletops and sipping bourbon on the rocks. Blah, 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 blah. All these drinks, they got me tipsy. Had me feeling hot and frisky. Pour us each a glass of wine and get naked. 69. Come meet me in a bathroom stall. Let's hook up before last call. Order up a flight of shops, Jaeger bombs and lemon drops, slurring words and starting fights. Another of my blacked out nights. Puke and rally. One more round before I pass out to the ground. Bound, bang, 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 bang. Bouncer tries to kill my buzz. Bartender just called the fuzz, but three wise men got my back. Here I am, spitting again, never ending. I said, spitting. I'm gonna spend all of these years drinking infinite beers. Thought you were here for me, not that you'd fear for me. Never could I please help me from my disease. Always on the brink, pouring me another drink. No life extender, just my bartender. Never ending rhymer, a beer, never ender. The beer taste of the islands, salt blistering tons. This beer was fruity overtones, challenging notions. The beer was fought through, positioned for growth. And this beer, yes, this beer has all the kick you need. Spitting, yes, indeed, never endingly. Spitting, never endingly. Wolf was sitting in the pub next door, pondering his feeling, which were kind of sore. You need a beer, said bartender Matador. He liked it so very much as the bubble store through his throat and made him adore of his new drink that took away his sore. And they're ending. I spit and I rap and again. There's stop spitting. There's stop spitting. I hiss and I jest. Spitting out ballet, beer, and bees. It's good to keep the bees together. The bees can be good company. Ballet we watch, beer we quaff, bees we keep, veil we wear. Good day to enjoy B and B and that B. I'm spending all of these years. Beer can be wonderful. Beer can be great. Beer can be early. Beer can be late. Beer makes you happy. Beer makes you mean. Beer can be, but you know what I mean. When beer shows up, maybe in a cup, maybe in a keg, but maybe by luck. Either way, drink for free. I didn't pay and eat neither did she. Rap in between, never endingly. Never stop spitting, never endingly. Warning crescent onto the sky, asking only for all to imbibe. Toasting nightmare night times, shrinking orb for distant light is absorbed. Lovely maiden, astride of a disc, the sit and perch the god cement. For celebration none should reject. The last suggestion of the sun's effect, this artifact of kinder times. Beer's ascension from wheat most fine, mixed with barley to achieve celestial toasts. And years naive, now in the present we celebrate what came before by poems praise. This advertisement for bygone years, while drinking beer with moonlight cheers. Never ending, I spit and I never stop spitting again. What must be wrong with my head? Never stop spitting, I'm rapping again. Spitting in a mess, here I am spitting again. Never stop spitting, raps in a mess. The beer store, the orange sign, the funny feelings, feeling mine. For a love of family, friends or foe, but people near you glow. Whoa, there I go. I pour another beer, spit never ender, spitter a disaster. Spitter when I cross the sky. Let me rejoinder and experience the aftertaste of a delicious meal. Recall works of arts, a film, a novel, a poem. The warmth of a blanket on a cold winter day. A wash of cold beer over my parched tongue. The taste of Irish whiskey, Monopoly, and beer, red and or white. The exhilaration of winning a race, a prize, a contest, finally being greeted by a welcoming God. Blah 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 blah. Or stop spitting again. Days you walk, thus fruit my shadows. I open up my favorite cold brew, drowning you by alcoholic flood, swept off into the midnight blue. Woo woo. Empty bottles camp in my room, collect like soldiers of glass. They remind me when I told you love's end would never come to pass. When twilight falls, I make a run to the oasis right up the street. When I rescue 12 packs before sounding a lonely retreat, clutching my bubble ribbon. Closer we watch night come to an end. Both a label in my eyes were weep. I never fought a beer as a friend. Never stopped spitting again and again. Never stopped. The beer store was open 24 hours. The mayor's not a jerk. The sun's too hot not to know my name. And the death I fought. This works. Been the beer store was a lover, not a love of mine. The manager a shower, a hostile cup of fine. The case is to a better life. A boy you'd ask for sud to keep it down for love of life. That he no patience crud. To say a man is more than bad. Humiliated press to tell you about kids that you say damn the blessed. And raps and a mess. Ba-ba-bam. They're ending. Bam bam thank you ma'am. Spitting again. When sadness finds us down and bad. Or life has us hamstrung and mad. Our sorrows buried in a beer. A pint that catches every tear. Spending all these years saying cheers. A foamy head will make us glad. For end and rap bears much to say for a good old cheer, as such as brought by a stout beer, a beer that cries on a napkin paid, sharing tears in a world gone mad. So toast this world and fuck this year, and I do it with a nice strong beer, spending all of these years saying cheers. I spending all of these years drinking all of these beers. I say cheers. I'm falling out. Move over. I'm about to fall over. I'm drunkenly monopoly. Here I am falling on the floor, floppity. I got very drunk last night, and I just can't get up. I'm too fucked up to get up. I can't get up. I got too drunk. I blacked out last night, and I don't quite remember my rhymes. I blacked out last night, and I don't quite remember last night. I don't remember my rhymes, alright. Spitting, I never ender. I fell on my face from drinking all these earthquakes. Not the earth shakes, that's why they call them an earthquake. You fall on your face and the earth shakes. Never spend it out, never end up, my alcoholic freestyle.